Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. Lots of love, lots of positive energy. And yet again, here we are. Welcome to Cambridge Veritas. And my name is Krishnatria. You can call me Krish. I am your IELTS expert and a teacher trainer at Cambridge Veritas. Today is yet another live. Hi, Fazila. Fazila, welcome. So happy to see you after a long time. Wonderful. Today is a very important day. I have two interesting activities for you. And on these activities, as usual, you and I will have to participate. There's going to be a lot of fun. The lesson is quite short. I think yesterday we extended the lesson to like 40, 50 minutes. Generally, it is supposed to be only 30 minutes. But hey ho, when you're learning, you don't see time. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to the channel, welcome to our high-scoring IELTS community. Not only students, but a lot of teachers also watch our channel. So to the teachers from the fraternity, welcome to Cambridge Veritas. Please do make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're new or if you're old. Yesterday, I was told by the IT team that 30% of our viewers are not subscribing us. So either you don't like the lesson, or if you do, you forget it. Just a humble request to make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notifications, because we tend to make sure that we send notifications to and announcements to students who have registered. But in case you're missed, you can always join it using YouTube's notification. All right, that's it. Let's start. Today, we're going to be looking at describing line graphs. How many of you want to sort of pull your hair off your head when it comes to IELTS Writing Task 1? To be honest, when I first sat for the IELTS exam myself, and I told this in yesterday's live lesson, at the age of 16, it was my condition. But don't worry, you have me, because in this lesson today, we're exactly going to be looking at how, if you are a student, how to attempt it, or if you're a teacher, how to make a fun lesson out of it and teach it to your students. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. So to all our friends on YouTube and on Instagram, welcome. Let's have a look at the agenda of the lesson very quickly. What are we going to be looking at? Number one, we're going to look at 8 verbs. What is the meaning of this word verb? Verb means an action. Something is happening on the screen. There are different things that are, the different actions that are happening on the line graph. I'm going to be showing you 8 of those words that you can actually make use of to describe what's going on in the line graph. So that's number one. Number two, we're going to avoid 4 most common mistakes that people make when it comes to IELTS Writing Task 1 graph. So 4 most common mistakes. And in the end, of course, which is what we do always, there are going to be 2 activities. We have to participate together. I'm not going to talk for the next 20 minutes. I'm sorry, you have to talk with me. So a big hi, Adi, Thasni, and Fazila. Welcome to all the other ones as well. Do make sure that you say hi to each other. It's a sweet, lovely community. So let's get started. What do I have? What is the first activity of the day? Everybody, on your mark, get set, go. Here we go. Please have a look. I'm going to show you a line graph first of all. It took me a lot of time because the image was really bad, to be honest. In the afternoon, it took me a little bit of time to make this image better for you. If you're able to see the image, show me a thumbs up in the chat box, please. Would you like me to sort of enlarge it a bit or what? If you're able to see the image properly, show me a big thumbs up in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Shivai. Superb. So as you can see, first of all, take a screenshot of it. So I'm going to give you a little bit of space here. Take a screenshot or take a picture. We're going to use it. Thank you, everyone. We're going to use it um, in two games that we will play today for the next 20 minutes. Within the next 20 minutes, you're going to feel super strong like a superman or a superwoman. How to analytically describe this graph, line graph, by the way, we call it line graph, super soon. So let's start. Game number one of the day. I need your pen and paper. I need you to have it in your hand, please, or your fingers on the chat box. So game number one of the day is here. I have 8 words that I have written on the left-hand side of your screen. Those 8 words have a very simple definition that I have tried keeping super simple for you. 8 of these definitions on the right-hand side of the screen, A to H. One by one, we will play a game. I will show you the word. You have to match the word, the action verb that we will use in this particular line graph. We'll use it in the next activity, but for now, we need to understand the words first. All right? So what do you have to do? Have a look. I will show you the words one by one. You have to look at the word and tell me the answer in the chat box, matching it with either A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That's all that we have to do. Are you ready? Shall we start? All right. I'll give you 5 to 10 seconds to answer each question, and then we'll look at the correct answer as well at the same time. So question number 1. Word number 1 is rise. So number 1 is rise. Which one do you think matches with rise? Ha ha ha. Some people must be like, it is so simple. So the correct answer is A. Correct? Is that what some people have written as well? Fantastic. Lovely. Superb. So the first one, rise, is A. If you find it super simple, you need to thank me because I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for you. Some of these words may sound very simple, but people struggle a lot with it. And that's what we will cover together today. Let's look at the next word. Bravo. Bingo. Superb. Hurry, VFX, Shinobi, Kushi, Shreya, Rajin, Fazila, Jayanti, Adi, Shinobi. Once again, superb. What about our Instagram audience? Not a lot of people responding. Hello, Bello. Your participation matters. It's very important for us. Word number 2. Here we go. Fall. Is very simple, as we can see on the screen. Perfect. Thank you. Fall is B, which is decrease. When the data points on the line graph show that something is going down, apparently sometimes people end up using the word decrease, but an appropriate vocabulary in the context of line graph description is fall. Not that there's anything wrong with decrease, but it's just when it comes to more appropriacy of the words, is what we're talking about here. Now let's look at number 3. Peak. What's peak? Okay, thank you. Peak is when something reaches its highest point. That is peak. So for example, actually, I'll show you an example on the next slide anyway. So reach the highest point here is C is peak. Now, some people must be like, everything's sort of matching in the same order. Well, let's find out. Don't be super confident just yet. All right? It may be true. It may not be true. You still have to read the descriptions in the yellow post-its. Now let's have a look at number 4. The verb or the word number 4 is, here we go, dip. What is the meaning of dip, by the way? Can you help me? I'm going to show you the screen in a short while. Can you help me in the chat box? What is the meaning of the word dip? Dip means like a slight fall, or dip means major fall? I repeat, what is the meaning of dip? Slight fall or a major fall? Can you let me know in the comment section, please? Shinobi, wonderful. You're learning wonderfully. You have answers from yesterday as well. Thank you. The correct answer is slight fall, not major fall. Dip does not mean major fall. It means slight fall. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I was telling you, read carefully. Drop slightly and recover. So dip here means it's recovered as well, but it just dropped slightly. So remember that one of the most common mistakes that I have seen on IELTS writing is people use the word dip, and that's why I asked you this question in the beginning. People use the word dip to describe a major fall. Wherever you've seen it, heard it, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cambridge Veritas. It's wrong. Do not use it. Dip means it drops slightly and then it recovers. You may want to see it, and I'm going to show it to you on the next slide, so don't worry. You've taken a screenshot as well, so you can match these words with the screenshot too. Shall we look at the next one? I hope we've understood this. It should be F. Yes. My apologies. Thank you for correcting. It's not F, it's D. Who told me that? Thank you. Thank you. Shreya, Shivai, thank you so much. My apologies. Perfect. So it's not F, it is. It's not D. I had written D. I'm writing F. My apologies. I stand corrected. Now let's look at word number 5. I hope we've understood the meaning of the word dip now. So use it in the correct context. Shreya, I've corrected the answer. Thank you. So here we go. Word number 5, level off. Everyone, what is the meaning of level off? Hello. If you see it, what does it mean? To all the teachers who are present, to all the students, everybody, your participation is important. What is level off? Level off means, looking at your comments. Thank you very much for all the answers. Wonderful. Level off means that the data points have stopped changing and now it is steady. I repeat, the data points have stopped changing and now it is steady. All right. So whenever you see on a line graph, things are dancing, etc., and then eventually you see there comes a point when the line goes like this, it is, what is the vocabulary for it? Level off. Once again, what is the vocabulary for it? Level off. Tikeji, everyone? All good? If you're enjoying the lesson, why don't you subscribe to the video, to the channel, and also show me a big thumbs up. I need some thumbs up. Not the thumbs up there. I need the likes as well on the video if you're enjoying the lesson. If you're preparing for IELTS, you're at the right place. Here we go. Let's look at the next word, word number 6. It's more like a phrase, actually. As you can see, it's quite long. Reach its lowest point. Reach its lowest point. We don't have many options left anyway. It is. Please have a look. Hit the lowest value, yeah? Yeah, I can see a lot of people putting hit the lowest value. Superb. Swati, Shreya, Jayanti, Hari, Shivai, Shinobi, Fazila. Excellent, guys. Superb. Perfect. Gotham, wonderful. Rohit, superb. On Instagram, perfect. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's move on. Number 7. We're almost about to reach the end of this activity. Stay tuned. Number 7 is fluctuate. It's kind of dancing now. It's not level off. It's not dip. It's not dip. This is not dip. This is dip. Okay. So what's fluctuate? Come on, last one. If it's going up and down, let's have a look. If it's going up and down repeatedly, it's called fluctuate. All right? If it's going up and down repeatedly, it is called Sunai nahi diya. Hello, I didn't hear it. Fluctuate. And the last one apparently is the hardest one is remain the same. In what context do you use remain the same? What is the last one? Help me. Of course. G. G is stay unchanged. Now I'm going to be off the screen for a bit. Take a screenshot. Would you like me to put the answers in the chat box for you? I'm putting the answer in the chat for you. Oh, it's not letting me put. I think it's a long, okay. I think it's a long message. It's not letting me put. Please take a screenshot. Now we'll play game number 2, okay? Now this game is very important. Feel free to ask if you have any questions. Thank you. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to use all these verbs, these action words that you see on a data or on line graph, and put it on the graph itself. So we'll see how to describe the graph if you actually see all of these words in it. So ready? Here we go. Please have a look. So the graph is right in front of us, and the words are right beneath it. All we have to do is look at the different segments of the graph, the line graph. And we have to decide what's happening, what is the appropriate vocabulary in each case. So one by one, we're going to do this together. Look at the graph and match the verbs below to the correct trend that's going on. All right? Shall we start? Number 1 is already done for us as an example. So it's gone. Number 1 is gone. So that's that is B. So that's fall, because there's a slight fall as we can see here, correct? So the appropriate vocabulary in this context is false. It's out of the option. What do you think is number 2? Actually, I should change it to ABCD. Bear with me. I'm going to change it to ABCD to make it easy for you. Until then, try matching it. To make it easy for you, I'm changing the numbers to the letters. Perfect. I hope this helps you understand it better now. So 1 is B. What do you think is 2? Can you let me know the letter in the chat box? What is the correct answer for 2? What's happening with 2? You see these things that happen on spot. I'm correcting it. Thank you. Thank you, Hari. What do you think is number 2? Tell me something. In this entire dance of the line that's taking place here, what is the lowest point? Lowest point is 2 only, correct? So the correct answer is, thank you, everybody, wonderful. The correct answer here is, have a look. Reach its lowest point. It's F. So the correct answer is F. 2 is F. Reach its lowest point. To all those people who've given this answer, very good. Thank you. Don't jump the gun. Stay with the team. We're all a team. We're all part of the fam, everyone. So don't tell the answers for the forthcoming ones. Just stay with us together. You can put your answers on a rough sheet, and that's totally fine. What is number 3? What is number 3? Adi, good, perfect. What about our Instagram family? Karamjeet, lovely. Gotham, fantastic. Superb. Yes. So the correct answer is, now it is rising. So if it is in the middle of it, and if it is still going up, this point is rising. So the correct answer is A. Correct answer is A. All right? Bingo. If your answers are different from our answers, that's totally fine. It's a safe place. We're all learning here, and that's all chill. What's number 4? Now the trend seems to be changing. What do you think's happening at number 4 now? As you can see, at number 4, now the line's actually going flat. In it, the line's actually going flat. Superb. All the answers, wonderful. We're going to look at it. Shivai, that's a good question. I'm going to answer that question in a bit. What is 4 here? It's level off. The correct answer is E. I repeat, the correct answer is E, level off. Now, Shivai has asked a very important question. Everybody, please look at Shivai's question on YouTube. I am not understanding the difference between level off and remain the same. Shivai, if you give me just 30 seconds, I'm going to show you the answer in a very interesting manner. What's 5 now? What's 5? Five is very good. Sachidanand, Swati, Hari, VFX, once again. 5 is H. Now, here comes the answer to Shivai's question. When you see a flat line like this, when it is just beginning, then in the beginning, we use the phrase that it has started to level off. So I'm just going to write LF for your reference. It has started to level off. But towards the end, we're not talking about the changes after it, but towards the end, the level off is sort of coming towards the finishing line. That's when we say it remained the same. We can't say it remained the same because it started here, isn't it? When it starts, then we say it's leveling off. It's sort of coming to level off. And towards the end, we say it remained same. Apologies. We say it remained same. If you've understood this, show me a thumbs up. Thank you. I hope everybody's understood the difference. What is the difference between level off and remain? Level off is used in the beginning of the plateau, and remain the same is sort of used towards the end of the plateau. What is 6? Come on, come on, come on. What is 6? You're welcome. Now, this is a classic example of the difference between reached the lowest point or it is a dip. As you can see, it's just very gentle, gone down, and then eventually recovered. So when it goes down like this and then eventually sort of recovers like this, what do we call it? We call it dip. So number 6 is dip, which is D. And that's how we do it. All right. What is number 7? Excellent. Superb. Girl boss, Shreya, Hari, Shivai, Swati, Sneha, Jayanti. Superb. Jayanti, I hope it's sorted now. Thank you. We've not reached number 7. Hold your horses, please. Hold your water. Thank you. Thank you, Gautam Karamjeet. Perfect. Perfect. What is number 7? No need to rush. Number 7 is we can see now it has started dancing a lot. Correct. Now there's a lot of change that's coming. Now this is happening all in a very, very fluctuating manner. So it is number 7 is G, fluctuate. So if you see something like this on the line graph, the right vocabulary to use is it's fluctuating. If you see it going down like this, it's fall. If you see rising from the bottom to the up, it's rise, which is number 3. The number 2 here, which is the lowest point, is F, as you can see, which is reached its lowest value. This is particularly for a line graph description because students feel, oh my God, what have I seen on the IELTS Writing Task 1? And it's going to eat all my marks. No, it is not true. As a matter of fact, it's going to save you if you are with Cambridge Veritas. I repeat, it's going to save you if you're with Cambridge Veritas. All right, the last one, ladies and gentlemen. What's number 8? In the entire graph, line graph, you see the highest point, number 8, is the peak of it. What is it? The peak of it. So the appropriate vocabulary to use in this context is C. If you've understood this, show me some likes on the lesson. Show me some likes on the lesson. Perfect. Perfect. So this was the activity. The first activity that we played was, let's have a look, to understand what the words are. All right? The words on the left-hand side of the screen. And in what context do we use these words? What does it really mean? Predominantly, we get confused with the meaning of words like dip, and we use it incorrectly, despite feeling that our interpretation of the data was correct, but we still end up using it incorrectly. It happens in some cases. No problem. You are here, and we hope that you've understood it. That's number 1. Number 2, difference between level off and remain the same. When the plateau is beginning, that's when we say level off. And when the plateau is coming towards the end, now we say remained the same. So that's the difference between the both. And we played it with the help of an example of a graph exercise. Bear with me. Now, what are we going to do? I'm going to show you something interesting. Major mistakes that people make. So here we go. I'm going to show you 4 important bits. Okay, let's give it some time. Thank you. In your opinion, I repeat, in your opinion, what do you think are the 4, until this gentleman recovers, don't worry about it. We'll try understanding things ourselves. In your opinion, what are the 4 most common mistakes that people make when it comes to writing task 1? You can take a few seconds until this screen recovers. But what do you think are some most common mistakes that people make with the writing task 1? Thank you. Let's do some error correction. Hello, bello, everyone. I think there's some problem with Miro. Is it something that you guys are experiencing as well? Or is it only me? I use Miro to teach you guys. But never mind, I'm still waiting. Oh no, it's working on the other browser now. Perfect. All right, waiting to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you. Let's see what you've written. Not using the right quantifiers. Trying to use difficult vocabulary. Thank you, Adi. Thank you, Swati. Wonderful. I 100% agree. It can be really daunting for some people, but the simple idea of all of this lies in being able to use the vocabulary properly in the context. And once you understand by playing all of these games, you're able to sort of sort it out. If you want to play more such games, we have a month-long IELTS training session that I'll also give you a little brief and introduction to towards the end of the lesson, which is what you can use and join my IELTS full course, preparation course, not recorded, live, like we learn. Here we go. So we sort of understood this with the help of an activity, looking at the graph. Now, I'm going to share with you the 4 most common mistakes people make. And you've spoken about a few of them already, and I 100% agree. Now, having taught this for 15 years, I feel there are few predominant ones that sort of come in picture a lot more than the other ones. The first one is, have a look. When people use 2 words very commonly, increase and decrease. Instead of using these words, you can actually use words like soar or plummet. If it goes up, if it increases, very common vocabulary is increase. But an uncommon version of it could be soar. On the other hand, if it goes down, a lot of people tend to say decrease, and the other version could be plummet. Can you give me one more synonym of it in the live chat? Everybody, one more synonym of increase and one more synonym of decrease. Thank you. Lovely. Those are good ones. Punctuations as well. Number 3, the second most common mistake that people, so keep this in mind. The next time when you're writing IELTS Writing Task 1, make sure to understand, to appropriately use the uncommon vocabulary for these words, and do not overtly and overly use increase and decrease. Okay. This is sometimes really nasty, you know. So the next one that we have is here. I'm going to change it from here. Let's have a look at the next one. Thank you. Is it going now? Nope. Bear with me. Thank you. This can be really tricky sometimes. Thank you. All right, hopefully it should change. Ding, ding, ding. I'll have to change it from the laptop, so bear with me. Thank you. I think we will have to stop using Miro after all from tomorrow. So here we go. If it does not move now, I'll have to move on nonetheless. It's working here. All right, so I'm just going to speak, all right? I'm not going to waste our time like this. Here we go. So point number 2, one thing that I wanted to stress on was people forgetting the appropriate vocabulary. That's number 1. That's number 2, actually, from this list. So not being able to remember the right vocabulary is another important bit, and there are ways and tricks to sort that out. Point number 3 that we wanted to highlight was not matching the data point with the appropriate vocabulary. So maybe what you're trying to say is correct, but the vocabulary is not appropriately justifying the data point. That's number 4. And here we go. The last thing is nervous breakdown. Now, looking at graph charts, bar graphs, and pie charts can be really daunting, especially when you have looked at free resources available on the internet. But the most important thing is all of this has a very simple funda and formula to teach and to learn. And that's what we do during this, which is the Veritas IELTS Preparation course. But there's a gift that I want to give you today. I repeat, there's a gift that I want to give you today. So I'm going to give you this link in the chat box. All right, so let me give you this link. Open your chat box, please. So in your chat box, I'm giving you something called online level test. I repeat, I'm giving you something called online level test. Once the class finishes today, check what's your current level. I repeat. Thank you so much, Hari, for the suggestion. Check what is your current level and current understanding of the overall IELTS course. If you've not done that before, you can do this using this link. It's got 10 simple questions. Attempt these questions. You'll get an email to understand what your current score is and how much do you need to improve when it comes to just the general idea of the IELTS course. So the link of it is in the description for your kind perusal. Alrighty? Perfect. Thank you. This is what I wanted to show you. There were a few glitches in the session today, and I think I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to use Miro from tomorrow. I think it sometimes does the glitch. Have you guys experienced it as well? I'm not sure if you've made PPTs on Miro before, but I hope you've understood the juice of the lesson today. And I hope you've learned something new and you'll be able to use it and apply it on your IELTS exam. Our next IELTS batch is beginning on 10th of February. So those of you who are interested in joining the batch with me, the timings are going to be 9:30 to 10:30. This is what we're going to do. The link of this page is also available in the description for your perusal. And in case you have any questions whatsoever, we have a student support team to answer any of those questions. In one of the comments of the video lessons today, somebody told us from the Middle East that they'd like more grammar lessons. So next week, actually, sometimes towards the end of this week, we're going to incorporate more grammar lessons as well. And like this, I want more sort of suggestions. So suggestions are welcome. Let us know what you'd like to study next. I do keep on incorporating activities that I feel will benefit you, but you know best about things that are your pain points. So feel free to share it with me either on an email address, via email, or in comments, or during the live session. You're welcome. Lots of love. We have a group actually, Adi. It is on Facebook. We recently made that group. So you can join that Facebook group. We call it IELTS High Scorers. And we keep on sharing PDFs and contents and questions and things with all our uh, lovely YouTube family and Facebook family. Lots of love. Take care. Thanks for being with me in this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and like the video, subscribe the channel. Your support motivates my team. God bless. Take care. Lots of love. Big hug. Ciao, ciao. Good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.